Hey guys, Bro here, welcome back to another video. And guys, now that the Floor 4 Dungeons update did come out, there are a ton of new items that got released alongside it. Now a lot of these items are pretty costly, and because of that, it's important to make sure that you have enough money to get some of these new items. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys the top 5 best money making methods right now in Hypixel Skyblock. And guys, you guys will basically be able to use these methods to make a ton of money right away, really quickly, and you guys will be able to get all of these new dungeons items. And as most of you already know, a lot of these new items are very overpowered, and it is important to get your hands on them as soon as possible. Do note that these money making methods are typically more catered towards the mid to end game. However, you can really do most of these at any point in the game. It's just going to benefit you more if you guys do these once you guys are around the mid to late game area. Also, I want to quickly give a shout out to Deleting for helping me come up with this list. And we're gonna get into the video right away, guys, without wasting any more time here. Only thing I do ask is that a large portion of you guys aren't subscribed, as you can see on my channel. In fact, not a lot of you guys are at all. So if you guys could consider subscribing and take the time out of your day, it would mean a lot. Of course, only do it if you enjoy the video. If you don't have to subscribe, but it's free and you can always unsubscribe later. So please consider supporting me. And without further ado, let's hop right into the video. Alright guys, so we're actually going to start out with the honorable mention before we get on with the rest of this list. And the reason I want to start out with it is because I know all of you guys are going to be commenting why I didn't include this on the main list. Let me just explain this here. So the honorable mention that I am going to talk about is actually dragons. Although dragons can be very profitable at times, a lot of times they can actually hurt you much more than they can actually help you. I didn't really want to include something that has that high of a risk on the list. So because of that, I am going to include it as an honorable mention because they still can be profitable at times. However, a lot of times they aren't really that worth going for because you're most likely going to get hurt rather than get help from it. Anyways, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and move on to number 5 on this list. Alright guys, now for number 5 in the list, we have a sugarcane farm. Now, we are in the hub right now, and basically the best way that you want to farm the sugarcane farm is if you go over here to the farm merchant, and if you right click, as you can see, you can buy the rookie hoe. What you want to do is you want to enchant it with harvesting 5 and telekinesis 1. Now the reason you do want the rookie hoe is because crops broken with it have a 50% chance to drop a seed. Now when you're farming sugarcane, the sugarcane is the seed. So essentially, not only do you already have that 62.5% chance to harvest double crop, but you also have 50% chance to get some more sugarcane while using this hoe. And of course, as you do get your farming skill up, you get higher and higher chances to get double crop. Now that being said, this actually makes sugarcane farms the best stable farm in Hypixel Skyblock. I know there are these little farms constantly just popping up again and again and again. Of course, that depends on how the economy is and what items are highest in demand. However, sugarcane has always been one of the most stable money-making methods in Hypixel Skyblock, and it doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon. But with that being said, that doesn't make sugarcane exactly the best. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and move on to the next spot on this list. Alrighty guys, so coming in at number 4 on this list, we do have fishing. Now, I'm going to go over exactly everything you need to know in order to get rich off of fishing. Here we go. All you gotta do is once you do make it to the birch park and go all the way over here, as you can see, the body of water right next to here. This body of water right next to us, as you can see, is where you want to be fishing most of the time. And the reason being is because it's right next to Vanessa. Now we're actually going to talk about Vanessa in a little bit. Let me talk about the stuff you need in order to fish really well. So as you can see, we are in 3/4 angler armor with a squid hat. And angler armor is really good for a sea creature chance, and also the squid hat is really good for an extra chance to fish up some squid. Now because squids do drop ink sacs, they're really profitable because ink sacs are actually one of the 2 primary money makers, the other one being lily pads in Hypixel Skyblock. If we hover over the squid pet, as you can see, the reason you want the squid pet is because it gives you a 40.5% chance to get double drops from squids, which essentially will give you even more ink. A good fishing rod you can use is the Rod of the Champions. It gives you a plus 10% sea creature chance, and it increases your fishing speed by 60%. But yeah, another few alternatives to the Rod of Champions are the Rod of Legends or the Shredder. All 3 of these rods are what you ideally want in order to fish. Also, if you don't have the squid pet, then the squid hat isn't really worth it. You should just go for the full angler set instead. However, if you do have the squid pet, it is definitely 100% more worth it to use 3/4 angler with the squid hat. If you are more rich, however, you definitely want to go with the diver set. Now, as you can see, Vanessa, like I did talk about earlier, is right here. Basically, if you right click her and if you pay her, you guys can pay her to make it rain. What raining will basically do is it'll increase your fishing speed, and it'll also increase your chance to get more squids here in the park. Now, as you guys can tell, fishing is a pretty good money making method. However, there are a couple things that put it this low on the list. First of all, it does require a lot of patience, so if you guys don't have too much patience, this isn't something you want to ideally be doing. But the main reason that this is so low on the list is because most of your money is going to come from the amount of sea creatures that you catch. Now, the best sea creatures that you can catch are the sea emperors. However, you can't catch these until you get fishing level 20. So you're gonna be here while fishing, and like I did say, it requires a lot of patience. Regardless, it is still a pretty good money making method. However, there just are things that are much better than it. With that being said, let's go ahead and move on to the next thing on this list. Now, coming in at number 3 in this spot is actually dungeons. Basically, there's actually 2 main ways you can make money off of dungeons. One of them is by all of the stuff that you're gonna get by clearing the floors. You guys can get tons of really good loot that you can later sell and make a ton of profit off of it. Now, the second part actually comes from the loot from the chest that you get at the end once you do complete a dungeon's floor. Now, some examples of some really good mob drops that you can actually get to make profit from are tiered up zombie soldier armor and tiered up silent death. Now, at the end, of course, there are a lot of really good things that you can get that will sell for a lot of money. Now, of course, because floor 4 did come out, it is currently the most profitable to make money off of floor 4 dungeons. However, if you can't go to floor 4 yet, floor 3 is still pretty good, and you can get a lot of money by selling the items you get from that as well. You just gotta keep on completing these dungeon floors, and you guys will basically be able to get a ton of money off of this as well. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and move on to the next item on this list. Alright guys, so coming in at the number 2 spot in this list, we actually have grinding zealots for summoning eyes. Now, a lot of people still believe this to be the number 1 money making method. It isn't. However, it's still very, very good. There's actually hundreds of guides on the internet on how to like one-tap zealots and things like that, so I'm not going to be covering that in this video. However, what I will mention is a few of the best methods that you could use when you guys are trying to farm these zealots. One of these is using a young dragon armor set. This is really good obviously because you're going to be super speedy, and you can just speed across everything, and you can kill a ton of zealots as fast as possible. Frozen sights are really good because they shoot super fast projectiles. You can also use an explosive board, just stand on the pillar and just keep killing more and more zealots. You guys can use this to make a ton of money because summoning guys are always going for a lot. But yeah, like I did say, a lot of people consider this to be the best money making method. I completely disagree with it, and I'm gonna show you why. Let's go ahead and hop into the number 1 spot on this list. Alright guys, so coming in at the number 1 spot on this list, we actually have auction and bazaar flipping. Now hear me out here. I know every single day there's more and more people that upload more videos that say stuff like, this money making method is better than auction and bazaar flipping. And while they're not wrong most of the time, they could be saying the truth. The thing is, auction and bazaar flipping is always going to be the most stable money making method. All these little money making methods that keep popping up again and again and again, after a while they just die down. Auction and bazaar flipping is always going to be the most stable. With that being said, let's go ahead and explain how it works for you guys that don't know. There are of course tons of guides on it, but I'm going to briefly do a quick rundown right here. Now for auction flipping, all you want to do is buy something on the auction house for cheaper and then just resell it for more. It really isn't that complicated at all. Of course, you could go to like, you know, lowest price and whatnot, bin only, whatever you want to do guys, but it's really not complicated to auction flip at all. You're just essentially buying something on the auction house for cheaper and reselling it for a higher price. Of course, there is a website called the Bazaar Tracker. A lot of people think that it's like overrated or not needed because essentially you could just right click it, and if you're on the advanced mode, you can just view everything that's already on the Bazaar Tracker, right? Wrong. The reason the Bazaar Tracker is actually really good is I'm going to post a screenshot for you guys on the screen right here. 3 of the best things that you want to pay attention to are top smart, top craft, and top margin percentage. As you can see in top smart, these are basically the smartest things to flip for. Something that's commonly on here is enchanted lapis. So the way I do it is I'd right click this bazaar, go to mining, click on this lapis, enchanted lapis lazuli, create a buy order, and then let's say I wanted 1,000. I click on 1,000, and then I basically click on top order +1. So I'm actually gonna do this right now to show you guys. We're gonna go ahead and go to our personal bank, and let's withdraw 2 mil. There we go. Withdraw 2 mil from our bank account. We're gonna go here, go back to the lapis, change the lapis lazuli, create a buy order. Say we want 1,000. We're gonna click on top order +0.1. Click on the buy order, and now what this will do is this will fill up. While we wait for this to fill up, I'm going to talk about the next thing, which is top crafts. I typically like to do the top craft while I'm waiting for the buy order to fill up. Essentially what it is as you can see, you'll look at an item that's really good right now, and it'll basically give you the materials that you need in order to get that item and sell it for cheaper. all you're basically doing is buying those materials instantly off of the bazaar and then crafting it into that item and just selling it for more. It's good for profit. Another good way to find a good flip is by looking at top margins percentage, and basically you want to look at what has the largest buy and sell volume and pick that one, because that is likely going to be a very good flip. Anyways, as you can see, our bar order for the lapis did get filled. We're going to right click the bazaar here, go to manage orders, claim this lapis, and we're just going to click here, sell offer, and then best offer minus 0.1. Click on it and boom, it's there. If we go back on the lapis and hover over sell offer, it looks like someone did overtake me just now. I lied, it looks like our thing just got filled. A way to keep track of it is over here. It'll essentially show which offer is the top offer, but as you can see in the manage order, if you notice that no one's buying from your lapis, I just collected it, but what you can do is you can click on it, cancel the order, and just sell it again. But yeah, basically all there is to bazaar flipping. It really isn't that complicated at all, and it's literally the best money making method in Hypixel Skyblock. Alright guys, that is gonna wrap this video off right here. If you did enjoy this video or found it helpful, please do consider leaving a like and subscribing down below. As I did mention earlier, very few of you guys that watch my videos are actually subscribed, and it would really mean the world to me if you guys could show your support by clicking that subscribe button. Make sure to turn those notifications on so you guys don't miss out on any new content. I do post every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 3 p.m. EST. Also guys, I did start recently streaming on Twitch. It's brand new and I know you guys aren't following it yet, so go check that out, link in the description below, or you can go to twitch.tv/royalsmh. I stream 4 days a week on there, every Tuesday and Thursday at 12 p.m. EST, and every Saturday and Sunday at 6 p.m. EST, so please go follow that. Once again, shout out to Deleting for helping me out with this list. His channel will be in the description, and without further ado, I think it's a great place to wrap it off here. I'm Royal, and I'm out. See you next time. Peace.